Has the relationship between Diancie and Diantha ever been explained at any point? Because I don't think it has. Like, I imagine there's some kind of connection there, but I don't know. Anyway, bit of a break between recordings. Not that it particularly matters to you watching. But yeah. Anyway, I guess we're moving on. Obviously I healed everybody. I did look up what she uses, but I forgot what the first one was, so I'm just gonna lead with end of sentence. I'll just lead with Bad Santa, because I don't really know why. No, let me actually go ahead and switch. I'm gonna do, Ladasha. And let's see what we're in for. Let's, I can't tell if that annoying amount of light is from the game itself or from the recording. No, it's from the game. I have to say this is the most, irrelevant champion in the entire series. Like, most of the other ones have at least been somebody that you have some reason to believe they'd be the champion, or like they were important to the plot at some point. This one, not so much. Like, when I played through this game the first time, I went into it with no spoilers, and, when I actually got to this fight, I did not even remember that this character was seen at all throughout the game, because she, like, shows up one time in an extremely unimportant cutscene, and that was it. Then again, this game didn't really have much of a plot, so let's see what we're in for here. Okay, starting with the Hawlucha, apparently. If it uses a fighting move on its first turn, then I will at least resist it after transforming, and then we'll see where it goes from there. So, here we go. Flying Press. Oh, that's like dual type, isn't it? I've not ever used a Hawlucha before. I thought it was like... I thought it did both types of damage or something. I don't really understand it. Let's see. It's got Swords Dance, Flying Press, X-Scissor, Poison Jab. I would like to use Swords Dance. And basically that puts me in a position where if it also uses Swords Dance, then I'm probably hosed. If it doesn't, then I need to take a turn to heal and then attack, in which it will probably do it anyway. But whatever, let's just see how this goes. Okay. Okay, so taking a turn to heal. How much HP do I have? Yeah, Hyper Potion. It's like I don't have any reason to be cheap with healing items, really, unless I really expect this thing to stall out for a million turns, but I prefer to use the lesser ones if I can help it. Yeah, shouldn't that be doing super effective damage? If it's a fighting and flying move at the same time against a Pokemon that is half fighting, that should be super effective. I don't know. Let's just keep going with it. One thing I don't remember about using Ditto, which I probably should, seeing as how I've done an entire playthrough with it here, is it always a speed tie? Because I'm 3 levels lower than this thing, and I feel like I should be getting outsped by it. I don't know, it's weird. Rorus, okay. I guess I'll stay in against that. Because it is going to be... No, it's going to be, 4 times weak to fighting, so let's use the same move and see if we can get a one-hit KO on it. Yes, indeed we can. Okay. Well, that one was a non-issue. And we've got the other one, alright. More of the same, I suppose. This one might outspeed me. I don't know if this thing is actually fast or not. But, I've got the Swords Dance, and by golly, I'm gonna stick with it. Okay, so this thing apparently has quite a bit of defense. I've got one more PP left to Flying Press. Yeah, I'm sticking with it. Jesus, okay. I am freaking cheaping out this fight like nobody's business here. I almost kind of feel bad, but I went into this fight thinking that I was going to be completely destroyed by it, so I'm happy to see that that's not the case. But since I'm out of fighting attacks, I'm just going to X-Scissor until I die, which is basically X-Scissor until this thing actually manages to hit me. There we go. Oh, Jesus, okay. You know, clearly something is telling me that I actually want to keep this thing alive for a while, so let's see, I can switch to... See, nobody can necessarily absorb the hit. Head Smash is a rock move, right? Is ground resistant to rock? I think it is. Well, I hope I'm remembering right. Ooh, okay. Okay, so Rocky Helmet apparently won the battle for me there. I didn't realize how much damage that was gonna do. Okay. So, 3 Pokemon left. One of them is the Mega. I don't remember what the others are. Apparently a Goodra is one of them. Okay. Let's... I don't actually want to use Bad Santa yet, because I'm hoping to get a Toxic off on her Gardevoir. So, let's see, I can go for just generic ice moves. I suppose that'll work. And I keep forgetting that Fairy exists. I could also use, a good portion of my team. It's actually surprising, like, how much coverage against dragons I have on this team. Alright, I'm not too familiar with fighting Goodra. I think it's special attack based. I don't really know. I'm gonna use an Attract anyway, because if I don't kill it with the Ice Beam, which I imagine I probably won't, I'm thinking like maybe 3 KO on this thing, it's good to have the extra luck on my side. And then it turns out I just die from this one Dragon Pulse, and it was completely unneeded. It's debatable if I can take another one of those hits, but let's just go for Ice Beam and see if I get luck with, like, Freeze Hacks or something. Okay, yeah, that isn't even a 3-hit KO. Nope. Alright, well, let's, I guess go for Little Green. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Little Green. So again, I could just attack it, or I could actually bother with status, and I am going to bother with status, because it is usually a good thing to have. But yeah, if there had ever been a Z version or any other third Kalos game, Goodra is definitely one that would have ended up on my team, because there's not that many Gen 6 Pokemon, but between Little Green here and the 12 that I used in my Y playthrough, I've used 13 of them, and there's somewhere around, I want to say like 18 or, I think it's like 18 others that I haven't used, and it's one of those generations where there's no Pokemon that I just really outright don't want to ever try out, except for maybe Sylveon, because I don't really care for that thing. But Goodra's probably near the top of that list of ones that I'd like to use at some point. Because I typically stay away from the pseudo-legends, but I did use Metagross in Omega Ruby, and I don't think Goodra is actually all that great anyway. So it's like, out of the pseudo-legends, it's probably one of the weaker ones to try. Okay, it said what she was using next, and I already forgot. Oh, it was Gourgeist. Okay, so let's just see how much damage we can do with a Night Slash. And then it'll probably, like, Seed Bomb or something and finish me off, and then I'll be sad. But go for Night Slash. See how much damage we can do. Pretty decent amount. That makes me a Ghost type, right? That's a good noise. Oh, no, it added the Ghost type, so I'm currently Ghost Dark. So that actually benefits me. Doesn't it? I mean, if it wants to use a Ghost-type move against me, it now made it neutral instead of not very effective, but Ghost Dark is a really good type combo. Anyway, here, have another Night Slash. Okay, that one was also not much of an issue. And so that leaves the superstar of the team, which I've probably been building up to far more than I needed to, but, it's not really something I can completely underestimate either, so let's try to get in the Toxic, because if I do that, then I'm guaranteed to be able to kill it through stalling at least. If I cannot get a Toxic off without dying, then this will be slightly more difficult. Oh, well, I gave it Hustle. That doesn't really help me. If this thing was a physical attacker, then that would be good because I'd have, like, luck in dodging attacks because it would lower its accuracy, but I'm pretty sure it's going to have nothing but special moves, so. Toxic. After I get destroyed by whatever it attacks me with. Yep, okay. So much for that idea. Okay, Pokemon and me. Thank you. Alright. I actually forgot that that could happen. Okay, well, there goes the fight. At this point, it really is just a matter of waiting until it dies. The question is, will I be able to beat it before it dies from poison? Or actually, no, because she could use a full restore, couldn't she? Shit, I forgot about that. Well, let's see. I'm going to go for an attack because I don't see the point in switching here. It will outspeed me, but I might get lucky and dodge the attack, or I might randomly live with 1 HP again, because that can actually happen. So, let's just go for Frost Breath. Nope. Okay. So anyway, this thing, being Psychic Fairy, is not actually weak to Dark. It is weak to Ghost, but I don't have any Ghost attacks. It's weak to Bug. Poison, which I don't have, and Steel, which I don't have. So, yeah, not really much I can do against this thing, actually. Let me just send in Little Green, because it'll resist Thunderbolt. It'll resist whatever fairy move it might have, such as Moonblast. Definitely healing first, though. Okay. I have a very good chance of dying in one hit from Psychic, so I guess we'll find out once that happens. Let's just do a Parabolic Charge. Wait, does Fairy resist Fairy? I don't think it does, actually. No, it does not. And there goes my special attack. Okay. The more I'm seeing this fight unfold, the more I'm glad that I managed to poison this thing. Okay, so here's the real question. Is she going to use a full restore? I'm going to prepare for this, and so I'm going to use Nuzzle on this turn. That way, if she does heal it, it'll at least have another status. Okay, I'm glad I did that. So now it's not going to die from Toxic, but I can outspeed it. Alright, so that kind of sucks, because now it's not guaranteed to die, but I think I've still got this. I just might have to take a few healing turns. Ugh, that didn't do nearly as much as I wanted. Okay, so on this turn, I can... I'm going to do a U-turn because it's super effective, and then I'll be able to switch out to somebody else, take the hit, and then, yeah. Yeah, you know what? I think U-turn's going to be my my key to success here, so... there was a reason to leave Ladasha alive earlier. That reason is to take a hit here and get me a free switch in. Oh, for God's sake, really? You know what? I'm kind of curious if I can transform into a Mega Evolution, but I need to be able to heal first. So... like, I don't know if it'll turn into the Mega or if it'll just become a regular Gardevoir. If I can take a Moonblast, which I probably can't. Yeah, not so much. Whatever. Let's just use Transform and see if I dodge the attack, and then continue with my original plan of just getting another U-turn. Alrighty. So, let's get a free hit. Ooh, Shadow Ball. Will this actually finish it off, though? Apparently it will. Okay, the U-turn strategy was unnecessary. Well, there we go. That didn't go exactly the way I expected, but yeah, it was not bad at all. Flash. Don't particularly care about most of this text, but I haven't seen it in a long time, so whatever. I'll have to look at that floor more carefully at some point, because it looks like there were icons of all the types out there, and there's never really been an official thing that has icons for all the types. I know it's a stupid thing to be interested in, but I don't know, I'm just weird that way. There it is! How over the top is the Hall of Fame entry in this game? I remember it being pretty over the top in Gen 5. I'm expecting, like, Michael Bay explosions when they show each Pokemon off. Also, I love that Moonball. Had to get that Ditto caught in the most obscure Pokeball type possible. Lasho was like the strange, unexpected MVP. Bad Santa didn't do a whole lot, unfortunately. It was useful here and there, but yeah. And I think the rest of them all contributed their good amount. So the question of can you beat the game with a team of crap Pokemon that are also slightly over-leveled has now been answered. Not that anybody ever answered that, like, asked that question in the first place, but yeah. "5 days later." Yay, yay, there's a crappy mass of colors that's supposed to represent people. I wonder how much money I wasted on buying outfits in this game, because this was not the outfit I went through the whole game with. I wanted to get something that, like, had as many colors as possible. I like how over the top this ending is when, like, the stuff that you did to, like, save the region or whatever is actually, I think, a lot more significant in some of the previous games. Well, no. See, the problem here is I forgot what the hell Team Flare was actually doing. They did have a Doomsday weapon. They just didn't have really any reason or motivation to use it, because they were poorly developed and kind of a shit team. Meanwhile, here's some really tall homeless guy. No. Who gives a shit about you? No, AZ is kind of weird. Again, reason why there should have been another game in this region, because, like, there's so many unanswered questions. I do have to wonder if Sun and Moon are going to get into those at all. What is this music? Wasn't this, like, the Lysander music? It was used somewhere, I just don't remember where. Also, Torkoal. Alright. Last time I fought a Torkoal, it went down like a chump to, Scald, so let's do that again. Let's just put a stick in the middle of the fight, it'll be good. I don't really have much to say about this. If you've never played X and Y, you're probably wondering why this giant homeless guy is battling me, and honestly, I don't know if I could give you much of an answer. He's just 2,000-year-old former king of the land type guy who is inexplicably really tall and doesn't really have much of an impact on the story, honestly. But, okay, you know what? You need to be able to do something, so here, have an attempt. Not that I'll be able to outspeed it, but one can always imagine. That's defense and special defense, right? Yeah. Luckily, critical hits ignore those boosts. Okay, if I can survive one hit from this, I will consider it a victory. Come on. Come on, you can do it. Okay, good. Yay, you beat something. Poor Bad Santa. When I went into this, I was thinking that the Love Disc was going to be probably the weakest member of the team. I was so not correct about that. And nope, not quite. Phantom Force. Oh, that's like ghost version of Fly. Non-legendary version of Shadow Force, I guess. Okay. Well, let's see if I can take the hit from it, so I'm gonna heal up. No! God damn it. Okay. Just so you know what happened there, my stylus missed, and I, used a Hyper Potion on the wrong Pokemon. Now, because of pure luck and nothing else, I managed to survive anyway, but in all rights, I probably shouldn't have. Well, there we go. I wonder what happens if you lose that fight. I think you'd have to try to lose it, because you're using the same team that you just beat the champion with, and he's a lot easier, but I am kind of curious. And memes. I've seen this next bit of dialogue used in context of a lot of stupid shit. Again, if this character had shown up in the story at all beyond, like, the last quarter of it, I think this would actually be a much more emotional moment. Oh, 3,000, not 2,000. Okay. Oh, X and Y. You could have been so much better. I don't really have any solid reason as to why I don't like it as much as some of the previous games, other than the plot kind of not knowing what it was doing, and just, yeah, pretty much that. The plot not knowing what it's doing, and just kind of feeling less impactful in general, but I mean, they're solid games, I guess. If you haven't played them, if you like Pokemon, then I mean, I don't know. But random fletchling, okay. And there we go. Nobody really wants to sit through these credits, so I am going to cut back once they're done. What am I cutting back to, you may ask? Nothing of interest, but it'll be something. I have a lot of mystery gifts to pick up, because this is only one game. This is the game I've had for the least amount of time, and I already have 9 gifts I have to pick up in this one. My other 2 games have a lot more, but obviously we're not going to worry about that right now. We've got shitty free-to-play side Pokemon games to do first, so let's start with the most boringest one. I figured I'd just show off a small thing in all 3 of these. And, like I said, this is the most boringest one, so it's going to last for about 2 minutes, and then we'll be done. Because all I can really do is just do the daily training, and that'll be it. So let me figure out how the hell I'm going to hold this thing up to the camera and still have access to the D-pad, and let's go. Don't really have much to say about this. It sure is Picross puzzles, which I have to do in a time limit. I am fairly good at doing them quickly, though. I don't know. It's just kind of a thing you have to get used to, I suppose. Because you do have to do these puzzles once every day, and if you don't do it in a fast enough time, you can retry it. I have had to do that a couple times, but not too often. Let's see. There's 3, there's 1, there's 6. Hopefully this is actually visible on the screen. I can't really look up to tell. But since I've complained about each one of these side games at least 25 times during my various videos, I figured it would make sense to show them off and explain why they're bad. This one is fine if you like Picross, aside from the fact that you don't ever actually get to frickin' play it, because you have to wait, like... I'm trying to think, like, without actually exaggerating, you do have to wait, probably upwards of 2 weeks to unlock each, like, new area, if you're not actually paying for the game. Which, I mean, hey, if they want to make money off the game, which obviously they do, then, I mean, that's fine for that purpose, I suppose, but it is annoying not being able to play it when you want. I think we're almost done on this one. There's 2. Oh, wait. Did I fuck up somewhere? I fucked up somewhere. What did I do? There we go. Okay, still got it in time. So yeah, that was, that's all you get to see of Picross. It was thrilling, I realize. But, oh no, I'm visible in the camera. What will I do? I'll hide. No, I'm fine. Okay. That's all you get for that one. I seriously, like, don't know what else to show off in it. Like, I can show what Pokemon I have, but nobody's gonna give a shit, so... I know, we'll play Box Boy. No, we're not gonna play Box Boy. Let's do a little bit of Rumble as I make a phase. Okay, I'm done with that phase now. Rumble, I don't really have too much to show off, but I'll do a run of the Lucky Balin, I suppose. I don't like how I'm visible in the reflection. It makes me uncomfortable. Clearly, I have never been seen in a video before, and this is the first time. Alright, well, there we go. That's the one diamond I needed, because I now have the 150 necessary to buy the wealthy tree, or whatever the fuck it's called, so let me go do that. Yep, well, time to blow all 150 diamonds on this frickin' thing so that I can get a marginally larger amount. Jeez, I need 300 for the next one? Fuck that. But yeah, I can now get a marginally larger amount of, what do you call it? Like, just the P coins whenever I defeat stuff. And let's see what stupid me's I get from the invite people online option. Because you usually get some pretty excellent ones through this. I'll continue to make that face throughout the entire video. No, I won't, actually. Alright. God, I'm having to hold this in such a retarded way. I wouldn't bother supporting it with my finger like that, but then it gets, like, kind of limp, and I'm worried about this screen because it's already kind of broken. Okay, you're normal. You're normal. You're a little bit scary, but okay. That was a little disappointing. I like seeing the terrible faces. But, anyway, let's just do a run of the Lucky Balloon, because it's something that'll have variety in it. And actually, for this one, hold on, I don't even need to frickin' break the 3DS in the process. Don't need to show the bottom screen for this, it'll be a lot easier. So why am I using a Glameow, you may wonder. If you've not played Pokemon Rumble, you have no idea what the hell is going on, first of all, but basically, you don't get to level up Pokemon at all. Basically where you catch them, that's what you're stuck with. So my strongest ones are the various Arceus forms. I've got a Mega Mewtwo in here, that kind of stuff. I have one of every legendary, and I'm also saving all of the epics that I catch. I have an Epic Sentret, another Epic Sentret, an Epic Chinchar, all that crap. I actually have two Epic Glameows. This one here is particularly good because it has the Gutsy Plus and Lucky Plus Plus things on. I don't know what you call those attributes. So basically it has more money. It gets more money from killing stuff, and it has a good chance of wobbling things for catching them. Combined with Covet, gets you a lot of money. So that is why I use this Glameow against basically everything, because if I just spam Covet, I get a crap ton of money. At this point, since I've beaten the game, and I have had, like, I've had every single Pokemon caught for, God, I'm trying to remember when I actually completed it, because I remember saying in a episode of Paper Mario, I think around Chapter 2, that I had everything except for Keldeo caught, and that was when I had dropped the DS into the toilet, and I thought I had broken it forever, but then it just kind of fixed itself. So I caught Keldeo shortly after that, then I spent a disproportionately large amount of time trying to collect all the alternate forms of stuff, which I did. But yeah, it's been quite a few months, and the only reason I'm still playing it is A, to buy all the unnecessary extras, and B, to see if I can eventually beat the final King's Challenge, which I will show off after this, because it's fucking impossible. I'll get to that in a minute when I get there. You'll see why it's impossible in a bit, but let's finish up this area so I can get a bunch of Pokemon that I'm going to immediately throw away. Like, once you get later into the game like this, I say later as in completed the game, there's never any reason to actually keep, like, any Pokemon at all, unless it's a legendary that is stronger than one that you currently already have, an epic, or maybe in rare situations like some other strong Pokemon that you think is going to be worthwhile, but I've yet to really see a case for that. I guess if there's one other thing I haven't finished in this game, I don't have one of every Mega. I could work towards that, because the Mega Stones cost like 5 diamonds each, I think. And now that I am down to 0 diamonds, I could slowly build those back up and not spend them on the Wealthy Balloon. So there we go. Tip for anybody playing this, I didn't show it off at all here against that boss, but there is a guaranteed way to beat bosses. If you saw how I dizzied it at the end, you can only do that while they're resting from attacks and they have like white smoke coming out of them. And the best way to do that is to get a Pokemon with Endeavor. This is my catching Mew. It has Endeavor, which will only do 1 damage every time you use it, and it has Frost Breath, which has a higher chance of making things wobbly, so that Mew is very useful. However, seeing as how you can't get Mew until the final area that you unlock, and even then it's stupidly rare, you probably won't be using a Mew for that purpose. You'll be using something else until you can get a Mew. But there we go. And as for the final King's Challenge, let me get to that. Well, first I want to switch Pokemon. Where's my Dialga? There it is. Okay, this... oh. Well, I need to teach this Dialga another move, so let's do that. It currently has Roar of Time, and Jesus Christ, it's slow. Okay. What other moves can this thing learn? Well, they're all on the bottom screen, so let's take a look. Earthquake sounds useful, but it costs diamonds. Let me just look at things that I can actually teach it. Flash Cannon. I don't know if this game has stab, actually. I've never really paid much attention to that. I'm just gonna go with Bulk Up, because I'll just use Roar of Time as my only attacking move, and then just have a stat up move. I figure that'll be useful. It only costs 600 coins, that's not much in the grand scheme of things, so... Anyway, Dialga is pretty much considered the only Pokemon that can ever actually beat this last stage. So it's World Championship X, these are the optional goals. I don't believe anybody in the world has ever actually beaten it with only Pikachu. If they have, I'd love to know how. But yeah, I've gotten hard mode completed of every other level. Some of them are frickin' impossible, but I did it anyway. Here we go. I'm going to die very soon into this, but yeah, shut up. I at least want to show why this level's impossible instead of you just having to take my word for it. Okay, let's get in a Bulk Up and go. Yeah, so problem number 1, using a fairly strong legendary with a really overpowered move is not one-shotting things even when it's super effective. There's your first problem. Second problem, this level lasts for entirely too fucking long, and since it has a time limit, like every other competition level, basically you're guaranteed to not be able to finish it in time, but we're gonna give this one a solid effort. Use Bulk Up again. I guess every time that runs out I should probably use it again. But, out of the 3 free-to-start Pokemon games, I do recommend this one. As I mentioned, Picross is, like, if you like Picross puzzles, it's fine for what it is. It's just irritating because you can't ever actually progress in it. Shuffle, as I've talked about on many occasions, is a complete piece of shit game that I continue to play for absolutely no reason at all, other than dedication at this point, but we'll get to that one in a minute. This game is at least actually fun, and trying to get through it without paying is very slow, but it is possible, especially if you have a lot of people added as 3DS friends. So, since the game has been out for over a year now, or at least close to a year, I'm not sure when it first came out, you might not find many people who still play it that often, and so getting people on your friends list that play it so you can get free diamonds is not as easy as it once was, but I'm sure it's still doable. But anyway, notice how I beat those legendaries, and the level's still going. I think there's like another 3 waves of those, and I'm already halfway out of my time. So basically the only way to beat this level, as far as I'm aware, is to get really lucky and catch a Dialga that has a bunch of, like, special attributes, like speedy, or probably one that automatically heals itself would be useful. One with, like, Dragon Boost probably would be good. Like, mine does not have any extra attributes, hence why it's kind of sucking. And there we go, because I bumped into a wall and died. Okay. So, yeah. World Championship X is just flat out impossible as far as I'm concerned. I know people have beaten it. There's actually a person in my list here who has, where is he? Carbon. He had to start over the whole game. I don't know where his old file is here, but he had, like, ridiculously high stats. I actually kind of want to show those off if I can find them, as we slowly go down the list. Slowly fucking go down the list. Okay, I'm not seeing him, whatever. And here's my profile, just for no reason. I change up the legendaries in it every once in a while, but anyways, on to Shuffle, the leader of the bunch. You know it well. I saved it for last because it's the biggest piece of shit. No, seriously though, I've complained about this game on so many occasions, and let me tell you why, if you haven't heard before. Pokemon Shuffle is the worst time sink I have ever seen in my life. It basically traps you in because, like, if you start playing it, you wanna get all the stuff, and you're not gonna be able to get all the stuff unless you dedicate your life to beating this game, which some people have done. I'm currently trying to beat Vivillon without using items for one of the mission cards, but we'll get to that. Well, no, we won't get to that later. Currently, there's a couple special stages that I'd like to get out of the way, and we're going to see how these go. So let's take on the Mega Abomasnow stage. This one is a competition. You have to place within a certain ranking to get the items out of it. I already have the Mega Stone for this thing. The only reason I would do it at this point is for the Mega Speed-Ups. I don't expect to get in the top 700, but I can hopefully at least get one of them. Also, this sounds like it's way too loud, so turning that down a bit. But I'm going to stick with the same team that I've been using for the... Actually, no, that's a lie. Hold on. I looked up what the recommended Pokemon for this thing were, and I'm going to use Magmortar because apparently it uses that as a disruption, and it's useful to have it, so... Does it use barriers? I'm not sure. I want to keep Delphox because it has the Pyre ability. I might not need Heatran. Let me check real quick. Hold on. Oh, okay, hold on. I'm completely off. Alright, this is... I don't know if the screen is even visible. But I want to be using Mega Ray. Let me go get him. For the record, I have not caught every Pokemon because there's a lot of them in the later main stages that I haven't gotten to, but The only permanently missable thing that I've ever missed was a Mega Gardevoir, and presumably they're going to repeat that event at some point, so I'm sure I'll get it when it rolls around again. But, anyway, apparently the recommended team, according to the Google Doc, is this. Magmortar because it gets disrupted, Delphox to work with Pyre, I guess, this to get rid of Metal Blocks, and Rayquaza to just be generally broken like he always is, so let's give it a shot. Let me actually take a look at the highest ranking ones. Okay, yeah, okay, they're using Charizard instead of Dialga, but they probably have Charizard up to level 15, which I definitely don't, so let's just go with this. Oh, there goes a good chunk of my coins. You know, I should probably do an itemless run of this first, but fuck it. Let's give this a shot. Is the board going to be visible on the screen? Somewhat. Alright, let's see where we want to begin here. Probably by getting rid of Metal Blocks. Good job, Dialga. You did your job so well. Okay. Also, the stupid Mega Evolution music is so annoying. I would turn it down, but then you won't get the full shuffle experience. Alright, I'd very much like to get rid of these Metal Blocks, please. Okay, good. There's a few. And now Rayquaza just kind of wreck face, because that's what you're good at. I would like to fully max this thing out with Mega Speed-Ups. I currently have it up to 12, I think. I'm putting any new ones that I get into it, but it takes a freaking million of them. Okay, so now that there's no longer any Rayquazas on the board, I guess I want to trigger Pyre, so let me do that. And, okay, I guess that works a little bit. Do I want to do Pyre again, or do I want to go for a Ray? Let's see. I can maybe do both. Yes, okay. And let the combos rain forth. I don't understand how some people have, like, magical abilities at this game and get it to do everything that they want. I think they cheat. Yeah, that was a waste of a turn right there. Okay. Just... If you have no idea how Shuffle works, most of the stuff that I'm talking about probably makes no sense at all to you, and that's kind of the beauty of this video. Pyre, since I've mentioned that one a few times, is an ability that causes any other fire-type attacks in the chain that you're currently in to do more damage. So I'm trying to trigger that as much as possible, but it's sometimes difficult to get chains out of it. Let's just do that. And, okay, I guess that works. I'm thinking that when I beat this stage, this is the only time I'm ever going to attempt this one, so I hope I do well on my first job, because I really don't want to keep coming back to it. I think the event ends in like 2 days anyway. Okay, and can we get another Pyre going? Nope. That's the other thing, is abilities are not guaranteed to kick in. The more you do in a match, the better chances, so like if I matched 4 or 5 Delphoxes instead of only 3, it would be a better job, but you can't always get that to work, so yeah, like right there, that didn't do it. Would have been nice, but no. Alright. Let me give Ray one more... Give Pyre one more chance here. That did jack shit. Rayquaza, you just finish up. Can we get... Come on, keep going, keep going. Okay, my score has surpassed 6,000, or 60,000, I mean. There is a mission card that involves some number in the 60,000s. I don't know if I was high enough. Let's hope that I was. So, there we go. Blah, blah, blah. Come on. Let's see how I placed. Okay, cool. Don't know if I would ever run into that kind of thing ever again if I didn't do it in this case, so I'm glad that happened. So, keep focusing in on my neckline, apparently. And let's see what my ranking was, because I'm kind of curious. Oh, this thing ends in 8 hours. Jeez, okay. Okay, so I am not good enough to get both of the items, but I can at least get one. I suppose that's decent. Because, yeah, this one you get 2 speed-ups. Oh, well. And the thing is, I'm not even that far away from the top of this one, but I'd have to beat that number to get into that ranking, and in the last 8 hours, probably a bunch of other people are going to attempt it and make that even higher, so yeah, I'm sticking with what I currently have. Alright, last thing I'm going to do in Shuffle before this video ends is try to take on Giratina level 100 here. So let's get my usual ghost hunting team and continue to make faces. Let's see, I think attack up, moves +5. I think those are allegedly all I need for this. I'm going to put in a disruption too, just for safety. I'd rather spend the coins and get it than have to do it again and spend even more coins. Alright, here we go. Where do I want to begin? I don't know why there's Shaman in the board, that's really annoying. Just try to get Gengar going, I suppose. Again, if you've never played this game, you probably stopped watching, so I don't know who I'm addressing at this point, but Gengar is the other really broken Mega, and it's actually easily accessible, unlike Rayquaza, because you get it around level, like, 120 instead of 300. And it only takes 1 Mega Speed up to max it out, which is also nice. Alright, let's get a power of 4. And I guess we'll get Gengar out of the way here. So that's Gengar's thing. He destroys all instances of himself on the board. Rayquaza gets rid of 10 Pokemon at random that are not Dragon types. Can I put this thing to sleep while it's already paralyzed? I guess we won't know, because putting things to sleep in this game is a crapshoot. Okay. Now this one, since it's not a competition stage, I don't have to, like, beat it with a certain number of moves left or anything like that. I just have to beat it in general, and then I'll get my item, so I'll be happy with that. I think this thing escalates up to level 300 or some shit like that. It's stupid, whatever it is. I'll see what the rewards are and maybe go a little bit further, but I'm sick of escalation battles. The rewards are good, but you have to put so much time into getting them. I'd rather just work on trying to finish up the main stages at this point, because I'll show that as soon as I beat this stage. Yeah, let's just get Gengar out of the way again. So I'm thinking the disruption delay might have been unnecessary in this one, but I'm not regretting that I used it, because seriously, screw having to redo stages. I'm not seeing any good matches here. I guess this will work. Come on, I got 7 moves to get rid of that piddly amount of health. I can totally do this. Yeah, nothing's really standing out as a great match here. Yeah, spawn in more metal shit so that I can end up losing the stage anyway. Okay, good. I was about to say, if I can get a move +5 out of this, that would be nice. Power of 5, that's what it's called. Alright. So, there goes Giratina. I think I get a raise max level out of that, which I'd never, ever fricking use. Yup. How many of these do I have stockpiled now? Like 10? Let me check. The problem with raise max levels is... Oh, god damn it. Okay, He got angry, so I want to beat the stage again within the next 10 minutes. I'm not going to do it on camera, though. I'll just end the video here. But to show off really briefly my progress in this game, I have everything, if this would focus, okay, Rosius Center. Everything before that is 100%ed. This one, I only need to catch Seismitoad, and I only need to S-rank Galvantula. After that point, I have a lot of stuff to do. The current last level that I'm on is Scrafty, because I just could never beat it and didn't feel like spending money on items for it, so there you go. Let me actually see how many Raise Max levels I have. Yeah, I have 9. I'm never going to use these things. As I was starting to say, the problem with Raise Max level is you have to have stuff already at level 10 that you're wanting to get further. And only certain things can be raised by those. It can't be used on everything. And out of the Pokemon that I have that are currently at level 10, which I only have 4 of, none of them can use it. So, yeah. I really don't put that much effort into leveling stuff up, honestly. I feel like if I get things to max, once I start using those in other stages, I'm, like, wasting potential experience on other stuff, so I'll usually get stuff up to, like, 5. I have a lot of stuff up at 5. Let's see. Here's where they begin, so yeah, you can see from there, it's a pretty good chunk. Basically all the fully evolved ones. Got a lot up to 5, and then from there, just kind of as they're used, so whatever. I'm going to shut up because nobody cares at all about this, so now that I've gotten the Elite Four out of both of those games out of the way, and wasted even more time in the free games, we can finally move back to Platinum, so I guess look forward to that. And let's just zoom in on Scrafty's face here, because it is an excellent face.